Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to day 87, Thursday, July 5th, 2026. We just made it to the top of Argentine Pass. It's quite a climb up here, but a nice trail. So we're going to keep heading up. Today is, in fact, the highest point on the Continental Divide Trail when we go to Gray's Peak. Pretty cool. Got an early start. It's a little before 7, and we're gonna keep moving. So on the other side of the mountain, there is a road that a 4x4 can take up to the top of the pass here. A little too early for anyone here. And then that is way down there. That's the road we walked yesterday, and that is the parking lot in the center of Frame. So we've come a long way since then. All right, we're just going along here on the ridge. That might be Mount Edwards. We hit that first 13,850. So I'm sure we're going to the top of it, whether it's Mount Edwards or not. We'll know soon enough. All right, it's 8 o'clock. We have reached the top of Mount Edwards, 13,850 feet on a perfect weather day to be above tree line. Whew. All right, our next stop is Grays, which must be right there. So here we go. All right, we've come down from Mount Edwards behind us. We are riding the spine. There are some steep drop-offs here. Gotta be focused, make sure I have 3.5 points of contact before I take a foot step. This should mellow out soon, but like the first half mile from Mount Edwards has been pretty spicy. We're getting closer. Some cool lakes over here. But I just spotted what I'm wondering if that's the main standard trail to get up to Grays and Torreys. I wouldn't be surprised, but who knows, right? This has been a lot of fun. Yeah, really enjoying this. But again, it's slow going, but that's why I'm out here, to do stuff like this. I mean, how many people, a lot of people have summited Grays, but how many people have summited it from this side? I would wager less than 10% of all have come this way. I mean, the fact that this is the trail, it's fine, but if I didn't have any experience with this kind of stuff and I came across this coming down Mount Edwards, I don't know, I might have turned around. It doesn't look like there's a way down, but there is. Okay, I see some hikers up there. I don't know if we're joining that route or something else. Probably joining that route at some point. We got a ways to go though. All right, we finally linked up with like a use trail. The CDT is a tread, and we're heading up. The final push. What a day. Amazing. All right, it's 9:30. I just looked, I was curious. We have not hit 14,000 feet yet. We got about 50 feet to go. But we came down that monster ridgeline. Look at that ridgeline. Came down the spine the whole way. That was fantastic. Mount Edwards, that was a nice hike. Thank you. Then you can see the trail we took up from Argentine Pass. You can see the cut. Wow. You can see our whole route from here. Pretty spectacular. To the summit. We made it. The highest point on the Continental Divide Trail. 14,270 feet. 1,285 continuous miles from Mexico. A spicy ridgewalk from Edwards Mountain. Amazing. This might be the first 14,000 footer since Mount Whitney on the PCT. Had to work for this one. All right, I'd love to stay up here all day, but half hour is long enough. So I get to Grand Lake. We're coordinating Sarah coming to visit me at Steamboat Springs, so there's a few moving pieces right now. I gotta make sure I get the miles in. One more last look at our route from Edwards, which is pretty amazing. There's a lot of people that do this hike also summit Mount Torres, which is right there. I think I've mentioned before, I just don't care about checking off a list of peaks that I've summited, so I really am not interested in that. I was much more interested in doing that cool route to get to Grays, so we're going to get down to the bottom of this and figure out where water and camping might be for tonight. I think it's going to be another relatively low mileage day, but man, the past 2-3 days have just been spectacular. I got so lucky with the weather to be up there, so yeah, I'm going to remember this segment for a long time. So you can see a different angle of the ridgeline I came down. I was pretty much on the opposite side of this ridge. There was more of a path and goat trails. It's a lot steeper on this end. Okay, we've made it to the Grays and Torreys trailhead parking lot. If you want to be road walking for a bit. As soon as I can find a little shady spot, not near any cars, I'll take a little break. A little afternoon. I haven't taken a break since the summit, so I found this Little dispersed camping site. Just I'm gonna collect some water, make some electrolytes, and then keep on marching. So of course on a road walk, that's actually part of the CDT. I've already had 2 offers for rides I've had to turn down, sadly. Yeah, why couldn't this be a road walk where I wasn't on the red line and I could take the ride? Oh well. It's about 1:30. We've gone from remote backcountry tundra to Interstate 70 being on my right. Very strange. A little after 2, still on this bike path paralleling Interstate 70. In about 2 miles, we're gonna reach Herman Gulch, which is a parking area with trash cans. I'll unload all my trash. And then about 2 miles from there is water and where I'd like to camp for the night. That should put me somewhere between 4 and 5. So that's the goal right now. This bike path has been all uphill, but not like super steep, but just a gradual incline. So doing a little bit of work at the end of the day. Finally getting off this bike path. Okay, we got a glimpse of I-70 from Copper Mountain a few days ago, but we didn't cross it. We're crossing it now, going under the overpass here. All right, we made it to Herman Gulch. I'm gonna unload some trash and then go for about another hour or so. Just as I was getting ready to leave, I got called over. A local who lives here has been housing a CDT hiker named Seven, who started in Mexico back in late March. She got tied up in the willow fire, so they're both gonna go do a little hiking together, and they were wondering about where they could leave the car here safely without it getting broken in for a week. So seems like the trailhead's pretty busy. I mean, no matter where you leave it, there's always a chance, right? But hopefully they can just leave it here and get out on the trail. It's a little after 4. I am like 0.1 miles south from the stream that I was thinking about camping at. So this is a nice little shady flat spot. And I should be able to access the water down here, or I can just go up the trail a bit to the stream. Either way, I'm gonna get my tent set up and then go get some water. All right, it's already after 6 o'clock. Recap time. We're about 11,100 feet in a nice stuff-filled, shady, protected. Won't have to worry about wind tonight, which is nice. Live trees. I haven't had all these nice camping features in a while, it seems. Water nearby. So yeah, it's nice. What a day today. The past couple of days, maybe the past 3 days, a little disappointing on the low mileage, but just made up for it with just incredible views, amazing weather. Just can't beat it. I'm going to remember these past couple of days probably as one of the highlights of this whole through hike. And without really knowing much about this area, I mean, once we got north of Leadville, I really don't know anything else about what's going on in Colorado as far as backpacking. So just been phenomenal. And to cap off today with that, just so much fun, that spine Ridgewalk down from Mount Edwards and then back up to Grays. That's the kind of stuff I love. Not the standard way to do things. even though it was the CDT, which still surprises me a little bit. That route is not for the faint of heart. But it's not technical, it's just a lot of exposure. So 16 and a half miles today. Very exciting. Sarah is coming to see me in Steamboat Springs. So first I go to Grand Lake and then Steamboat Springs after that. So trying to lock down when I'll actually be there. As I get closer to Grand Lake, it'll be easier to figure that out. Just because I haven't been getting I shoot for like an average of 18 miles a day on every segment, and I'm falling a little short on that. I'm averaging more like 16 miles a day on this segment, but understandably so. The terrain has been challenging and just slows you down, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been phenomenal. So yeah, let me eat. I'm starving. It's going to be bedtime in a couple of hours. So tomorrow's a new day. I have no idea what's coming up. I'll look at it tomorrow and far out, and we'll see it together.
I thought I would show you some of the bags that I made to sell at the shop. So I have these little Notions bags with like stitch markers, a pair of scissors. So I made 4 of them. And then I made 3 bags that fit like a small sock or like one skiing shawl project. So there's another one. And there's the last one. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna drive or walk to the yarn shop because it's 85 degrees. So if it was a little cooler, I would just walk because it's probably about 3/4 of a mile. It's not very far from the house. But it's a little hot out there, so I'll probably end up driving.